Hello, everyone, and welcome to the inaugural episode of Too Long Didn't Scroll. Ever wake up and start scrolling through your newsfeed to be on top of world events, but found it was just too gosh darn long? If this describes you, then this podcast will be the place to go for daily news. Every day, starting from January 20th, 2023 and onwards, a new, quick, and easily listenable episode will be created detailing any noteworthy world event that can be listened to on your way to work or getting ready for the day. Maybe you'll learn something along the way. For some of you, it sure should beat endlessly doom scrolling through your newsfeed every day. If you're listening on YouTube, feel free to leave a comment detailing any noteworthy event that I missed, or any other suggestion, and I will keep them in mind for the next episode as an addendum. Anyway, let's get on to the show. We start the events of January 20th, 2023 in the Balochistan region, a large and resource-rich expanse of territory covering parts of southwestern Pakistan, southeastern Iran, and southern Afghanistan. The region has been embroiled in a brutal separatist conflict between several groups of armed Baloch nationalists and their respective governments. The former claim the region has been economically marginalized and poor, especially in Pakistan. As the insurgency continues on, as of today, a bomb was detonated on the Jafar Express passenger train line, derailing a passenger train and injuring 13. Passengers were sent to hospitals at nearby Sibi and the provincial capital of Quetta. While an exact perpetrator has yet to be identified as of this episode, concerns of the threat of one armed group, the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, or TTP, to the region's security have been growing since the breaking of a ceasefire last November. The insurgency has sporadically occurred throughout the 20th century and has claimed the lives of over 10,000 civilians and displaced 140,000. Moving over to Western Africa, the landlocked nation of Burkina Faso has been struggling with its own insurgency as Islamist rebels aligned with Al-Qaeda and ISIS as part of the larger jihadist insurgency in West Africa born out of the Arab Spring. The conflict in the country has raged on since 2015, killing over 2,000 civilians and displacing nearly 2 million. However, on a lighter note, in the wake of several previous attacks across the country, the Burkina Faso armed forces have been able to rescue 62 women and 4 babies abducted the previous week as hostages by jihadist groups in the northern regions. One source has stated that this will allow the country to learn more about the abductors. Near the city of Bakhmut in the eastern Donbass region in Ukraine, the Russian invasion continues on as the city has found itself stuck in a near constant state of battle for several months. It appears at the moment that some progress has been made on the part of the Russian-aligned Wagner Group, an ostensibly private military company, and separatist forces in the claimed state of the Donetsk People's Republic with the announcement of the capture of nearby Klishivka, a village of 400 people. Shelling and fighting to seize Bakhmut has continued to impact the region since May of 2022. However, the 50,000-strong Wagner Group, with operations all around the world, will likely soon be facing heavy international sanctions upon its declaration as a transnational criminal organization by the United States Department of the Treasury as part of continued crackdowns on Russian assets. Moving across the continent to East Asia, the country of Japan, which previously had one of the lower rates of inflation in the world, is now struggling to bear the weight of the inflation surge that intensified back in 2021, with cost of living reaching especially new highs throughout the nation. The Bank of Japan has recently reported that inflation in the country has reached a new 41-year high since 1981 as consumer prices have risen 4% higher than last year, double the bank's target value. Japan's inflation still stands somewhat lower than other countries, however, compared to America at 6.5% and 9.2% in the Eurozone. The bank has attempted to curb the effects of such by keeping interest rates at a near zero level, which has driven down the level of the yen. Experts have expected them to begin phasing out their economic stimulus program as well. In other news, an avalanche at a tunnel in Tibet in China crushed multiple vehicles, killing 20 people. 8 are still missing. A shooting in the Georgian city of Sagarejao has also left 6 dead, including a police officer, after a man opened fire from a balcony at others and later committed suicide.